You know those days when the brush just don't move, when the color don't speak to you, and even your favorite paper feels distant, right? I have, I have, I have those days too. Some morning I sit down, ready to paint, and nothing happens. No idea, no urge, just silence. And if you have felt this too, you are not alone. We talk so much about the joy of painting, but not enough about the days when it feels impossible. In this video, I'm not going to pretend to have a magic fix, but I will show you what I personally do when painting feels heavy. Because sometimes stepping away is part of the process too. On days when I don't feel like painting, I start with something simple. I make tea. One cup of for me and one for my wife. There is something grounded about this little ritual, measuring the water, watching it boil, and letting the aroma fill the space. It's not about being productive, it's about slowing down, being present. Sometimes that acts of caring for myself, for her, feels like the first brush strokes of the day. Not on the paper, but in life, and that's enough to begin. No rush, no screen, no distraction, just two warm cup and a few quiet moments to ourselves. We talk about small things, sometimes big things, sometimes nothing at all. It's not a routine. It's a space, and it's a pause, a moment to breathe together before the day begins. These conversations, these silences, they remind me that the life itself is art. Not every moment needs to be captured in watercolor. Same are meant to be felt, right? Fully before it fades away. And on day when I don't feel like painting, this shared stillness is my gentle reminder. Creativity is not only in the doing, sometimes it's in just being. Balcony, our favorite spot in the house. The world is still waking up. There is a softness in the air. We just sit and talk, or sometimes we just listen. No agenda, no plans, just space to share whatever in our minds. It could be something as simple as what we dreamt last night, or as deep as something as we've been quietly caring for days. These conversations are not loud, but they are powerful. They help me reconnect not only with her but with myself. Because painting doesn't begin when the brush touches the paper, it begins here. It's stillness. In presence, in these small exchange of honesty and care. As an artist, it's easy to think that inspiration only comes from the world outside, from visuals, colors, scenery. But I have realized it often comes from within, from emotional clarity, from feeling heard, from simply being seen. And these moments with the person who knows me best reminds me who I am when I'm not holding a brush. I usually dive into something I absolutely love, reading the newspaper. Local, national, even international edition if I can get my hands on them. It may sound old-fashioned in a digital world, but there is something deeply grounded about holding newsprint in your hand, right? I flip through the headlines, yes, but my eyes always search for one thing first: art. Upcoming exhibitions, featured artist, public art installation, cultural movement, etc. And I spend a lot of time here, not just scheming but absorbing, reading about artists from different parts of the world, how they express their culture, their personal stories, their responses to what's happening in the society. It expands my own creative world. It reminds me that I'm part of something much bigger than my sketchbook, a global language of expression. Even when I'm not painting, staying close to the art world keeping me creative pulse alive. I jot down notes, clip articles. Sometimes I just pause and imagine the work described on the pages. I walk over my recent artworks or something still in progress and just look, not with the pressure to fix anything, not to judge or even to paint. Just take it in it. The color, the brushstrokes, and definitely the pauses. Sometimes I noticed small things I missed while creating it. A soft blend I hadn't planned, a line that carries emotion, or even areas that feels unfinished, but still speaks something honest. This quiet time with my own work helps me to reconnect. It reminds me why I painted it in the first place, what I was feeling, what I was trying to express. Often I find myself standing these longer than I expected, noticing how the painting has changed me and how I have changed since making it. This is not about evaluating or editing, it's about saying. Really seeing what I have created with fresh eyes. And that alone is enough to gently stir something inside me. No brush in hand yet, just the quiet spark returning. I take a good amount of time to relocate my work, not with a critical eyes, but with a kind one. I pick up old sketchbooks, unfold loose sheets, maybe walk around the room and just look at my painting hanging on the walls. I let my eyes reset on each brushstroke I have made, and I just keep looking at them. I just keep looking at, and that's a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful moment for me. And I try to see the artwork not as a product, but as a piece of me. What I was feeling when I made it, right? Because something that is so important when being an artist, what I was trying to say, even if I didn't have the words. Sometimes I rotate the piece, look at it from a different angle in the room. Sometimes I hold it up for the light or step back to take it in from a very far distance. Every angle shows something new, something I hadn't noticed before. There is no pressure to correct it, improve it, or redo it. No, not at all. That's not my intent. My entire effort here is very simple. To just feel good about my art. To feel fulfilled. And that's more important for me, being an artist. Because in the rush of make new things to grow and keep creating, we often forget to pause and appreciate what we have already expressed in our art. Art is not just about what we want to say next. It's also a reflection of where we have already been. Even painting holds a memory, our courage, of joy, of discovery, of healing. And so, in these quiet, non-painting moments, I give myself the gift of revisiting that. Right? And looking at this in a different angle isn't always pleasurable. I spend a lot of time looking at my work, even if it is not completed artwork. It sounds very crazy, but But that's the truth. There's no expectation, just a gratitude. And what's magical is when I allow myself to truly enjoy what I have already created without rushing to the next thing, something inside begins to soften and open, and eventually I whispers, whispers to me, I'm ready again. And not because I have to paint, but because I want to, from a place of joy, from my within. Sometimes I just stand here looking outside from my balcony, no thoughts to choose, no plans to make, just watching the world move quietly, effortlessly. There is a strange comfort in this stillness, like the world is reminding me it's okay to pause. Even silence can be part of the creative rhythm. There is something about moving through the world on foot. The rhythm of my steps, the fresh air, and the changing lights that helps me to slow down in a different way. Walking is not about solving problem or forcing ideas. It's about letting my mind wander freely without pressure of expectations. I notice little things I usually miss. The way the leaves catch sunlight, a bird calls, the distant hum of the city. These moments ground me, remind me that inspiration lives everywhere. And sometimes just being present with the world around me opens up space around the breath to feel, to wonder. By the time I return, my mind is clearer and my heart feels lighter. I may not have painted a single stroke, but I have prepared myself in a most natural way, ready to create again when the time feels right. So, what do I do when I don't feel like a painting? I leave, I breathe, I slow down and return to myself. I share tea and conversation with my wife, read a story from the world of art, watch the world go by from my balcony, and take a long, thoughtful walks. I sit with my own painting, not to fix them, but to feel the quiet pride of having created something honest. These moments may look simple or on the outside, but for me, they are deeply important. They remind me that creativity is not always loud and productive. Sometimes it's a still, gentle, hidden interest. Not every day has the end with the finished artwork. Some days are meant to refill the soul that creates the art. And if you are an artist watching this and today you don't feel like painting, that's okay. Maybe what you need to do today is just to be, and that too is a part of process. If you felt connected to this journey, I would love to invite you to become a member of my growing watercolor art community. Together we learn, grow, and thrive as an artist. Whatever you are just beginning or rediscovering your creative spark, there is a space here for you. Come and join me and let's make art that feels alive.